Okay.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another week. Hope you are enjoying these and enjoying your early weekend or, you know, start to your weekend. I am Robin Mallory. I'm the founder of the California Aggregation for Gender Diversity. We are aiming to build a museum in the San Francisco Bay Area that supports trans, genderqueer, intersex, and non-binary people. Um, and tells the history through art and various other programming. And here's my friend Amy, who is going to introduce herself.
Hi, I'm Amethyst Taharic, or Amy. I am a transgender woman, pronouns of she, her, which you didn't say, Robin. What the heck? Um, so
I said
I
she.
founded. Did you? Oh no, no. You didn't give your pronouns. That was the thing.
Oh, I didn't give mine. They, he.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, so I write about identity and gender, and we have parallel purposes. That
Yes.
sounded very like all of a sudden I was like parallel purposes.
Yeah. Very professional. Very like
I felt well, actually, I
serious.
felt a bit like Khloe Kardashian for a moment, but
Is that a chicken? I don't even know if that was her, but that's just every time I hear any of their names, the Jenners or the Kardashians, that's just the only thing that comes to my head. Is that a chicken? And it's like cuts to it, it's a pig, and it's like,
oh, goddess love them, right? You do what you can.
it cracks me up every time. Oh, I love it. All right, so what we're doing here today is the same as every other week that we've done this. But for those who are new or are tuning in for the first time, or maybe this video is recommended on your YouTube and you're like, hey, who are these nuts? We're doing dares. If you want to during this entire thing, you're welcome to donate. It's a minimum of $1 to dare us, but you can dare us to do anything. We will only do the dare if it is safe to do so, or and if it is like appropriate. Obviously, like we're not going to strip for you guys. I'm sorry, that's on a different platform,
That's
different
that's
content.
only yeah, only fans, but you'll get that link at the end. Don't worry.
Yes, exactly. That's somewhere else. And yeah, we don't really have many other rules other than that. We've pretty much accepted. I think we have accepted every single dare that came through. There isn't anything we haven't done. If we don't have props for it, we'll do it, but we need to like get the stuff for it first. So, for instance, if you want to dare Amy to get another pie in her face, you're gonna have to give her a little time to make the pie. She doesn't just have pies sitting around waiting for people to dare her, to my knowledge.
Now, I think my son would appreciate that. Would just like I come out in the morning or something, splat. What the? Oh, thanks, Ash. Thanks, man.
It's your daily reminder to take a shower.
If, right.
It's just your child just
I
pie in the
need it.
face. I kind of wish I had that reminder sometimes. Just, oh, well, now I have to, like,
Yeah, the occasional.
no way around it.
It's just like at the grocery store, something like that. I don't know. Should I get cantaloupe or should I get cassava? Splat. You just, oh, time to go home and shower. Actually, that's
Right.
it.
This is a ticking time bomb waiting to happen. All right. So we have a couple of things to do. So I did ask you to get a spoon before this. We'll start with this one. Try to balance a
Okay.
spoon on your nose. I have never tried
Oh,
this before,
God.
but I had some friends suggest it and they have all tried it and I was confused. I was like, why are we putting spoons on our noses? I got two different kinds. We have these like the Chinese like soup spoons, and I wanted to see if they worked better than normal spoons. So I have both.
Sure.
I'm gonna try because I'm curious. This is scientific for me.
I got like the biggest, heaviest spoon in the house. And you just,
Good luck.
I thought we were, I did, I don't know. I wasn't sure what the hell we were going to do. Mhm.
Right, like carry an egg on a spoon or something.
Yeah, I wasn't sure, but I don't know. I figured there was going to be some. All right. Oh boy, I've always.
It's gonna end up on Reddit. Wait, I'm also gonna
That's
switch
fine.
screen. There we
All
go.
right, here we go. Are you gonna do? Oh god, this is not going anywhere. Come on,
My nose is
come
not
on, you can
shaped
do
for
this.
this.
It's really balancing on. It's really balancing on my chin.
I wonder. Okay, I'm gonna try and lick it and see
Oh.
if it's gonna stay better. No, that didn't help literally at all.
Yeah, I just got hit in the cleavage there. That's Oh gosh.
No. Okay, I'm gonna see if this is literally any better.
Hang on. Let me see if I can get a smaller spoon. Give me
Half a
1 sec.
Okay. While she does that, I'm gonna try with this. Oh Lord. Just shattering glass in the background. I don't know if this counts per se, because it's really just, it's not really hanging on my nose. It's just kind of like sitting there. Oh, there we go.
I think that counted. Okay. Now wait a minute. Is that? Oh. I think that's pretty good. Writing a smaller one now. I can't tell. Should you?
Oh, it stayed for a second though.
I had it for a moment, yeah. I can't tell.
Look, I'm totally not holding it below where you can see on the screen. It's totally just sticking.
Right, yeah. Look. Can you
Look, it sticks.
Yeah, is it supposed to stick or is it a balance? I don't even know.
I don't know either.
Because, like, not sticking to my nose. Oh, hang on. I sincerely hope.
I think we can count that. I think we were successful. I thought that was going to go so much worse than it did.
Do it. Can you do? Can we get a screenshot of that?
Oh, I'll definitely screenshot it afterwards from the one when we got it a second ago.
Okay.
Let's see.
I can't find my print screen.
Okay.
I think I got it.
I can't believe we did that.
No, me neither. I gotta admit, I'm sort of surprised.
I was like, this is gonna be like licking our elbows, you know, like.
Which was a good one though, because there was a great shot of where you just go, like, "What the hell?" That was a damn good one though. Oh my gosh, yeah. Okay, I did actually get a pretty good screen. Screenshot. So pop that baby on Instagram later. Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
I'm not going to be able to. Yeah, that'll be on Instagram later.
Perfect.
There you go.
Pop that up in case anybody wants to dare us to do anything while we're doing silly things. I'll check it periodically maybe at the halfway mark and then right before we close, probably. Let's see. Okay, so we've got another fun one that relies on balance of sorts. It is attempt to juggle, and I actually didn't prepare items myself or tell you to prepare items. So I don't know what we're gonna juggle, but we're gonna find things around us and try to juggle, I guess. I suck at juggling.
Yes. So stand by, hang on.
Okay. I feel like within your realm of talents, you know how to juggle. It feels like something you can do in my mind.
Maybe. All right.
Maybe.
So I've got my hang on, I've got my someone unfortunately named G-balls.
Oh.
You know, I'm not really. The only thing I can imagine is that, you know, somebody just hit puberty and saw a grown man nude or something. Like that was, hey, oh gee, balls. That's all I can imagine.
Wow.
It's a thought, not a good one. All right, are we ready? Can we see? Oh crap! All right, here we go.
There we go. Oh, look at that.
I draw almost. Oh wait, can you? I'm not doing it. Barely in camera.
Pretty much, yeah, but you can see it.
Okay.
Pretty good. I'm gonna do a recall from. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead first.
Okay, I was gonna say I'm gonna do a recall from last week, and I'm gonna try and juggle Lara bars. So shout out to you. Sister, is it?
Yes, my sister Laura.
Shout out to your sister Lara.
I love the callback though to last week. Very good.
I only have 2 though. Like I said, I don't like them that much. So I also have an organic fruit leather strip that just happened to be sitting next to them. So
yeah, it counts. That counts.
They're
totally
similar,
counts.
you know. Oh, I should probably turn blur off so that just hurling blurred circles into the air of some sort.
Right. Is there going to be enough room for
There we go.
Okay.
Like I said, I suck at this.
It's fine. Let's see what happens.
I've never juggled successfully before.
Hey, that was okay.
That was one.
Run with it. No, that's it. I give you full props for that. That was 100% totally okay. So I was
being like,
it's fine. The thing is that it was blurry enough. Nobody cares. Nobody notices.
This is true.
I was gonna say though, I have a video on my YouTube channel from it was at least a year ago. I'm not really sure. It's at least a year ago, probably farther back, of me juggling clubs very poorly.
Oh.
So I still have these. And I took a video of me juggling these, I don't know, maybe 2 weeks ago or so, that I was like, this is not good enough to put on YouTube, which implies one of two things. Either I do it well or do it so poorly that it's funny. And I was kind of in between. It wasn't like, I can get hit in the head with them, which would have been good. And I didn't do it well enough that people would go, damn, look at that. Wow.
So it's just like, okay, someone can juggle. It wasn't like super entertaining, is what you're saying.
Right. So
yeah,
I can give this a shot. Let's take standing up. This is not. I know. Let me see what. Let me see. Okay, let's see how this works.
Would it work better if I gave you more of a screen to work with?
There you go. Hi.
Okay, we'll do that for this one.
All right, here we go. Let's see what happens. Somebody's gonna get hurt. Hang on. I was just getting started. All right, here we go.
Just getting started, of course.
It's warming up.
You need a warm-up juggle.
So I'm not good with clubs, as you can see. But try to get some stuff out of the way. Okay, here we go.
Ta-da!
That's all you got. Yeah, that's what I get, like 3 catches in there. I mean,
about 6 that time. That was pretty good.
Almost lost a toe. All right. Let's call it good.
And that's enough of juggling.
Right. I'll bring in the unicycle. And then my son's going to show up with a pie.
There we go. We've got the full circus. We could do that. We could do a trans circus. No. That feels wrong.
It
That
probably,
feels
yeah,
that feels transphobic somehow, even if it's something that we are like doing on purpose.
right. Like all of a sudden
Feels
you
very
go,
like 1950s
yeah, like you go,
circus,
Jim
like
Rose. Yeah, it's like Jim Rose
like
done
cross.
wrong.
Yeah, I wonder if we could do it and just be like contemporary art style circus where we're like embracing the cringe of it.
Could be. Do you
I'm
remember
not
what was
opposed.
what?
We'll have to figure that out
Isn't
one
that
day.
what? Right. What was? Isn't that what's called the Jim Rose? The Jim Rose Circus with Mr. Lifto. I mean, I'm going back like 30 years here, but
Oh, I don't
it had
remember.
Mr.
I used
Lifto, the guy who would drill into
to.
his face, absorb that.
Whoa, that's
Drilled
terrifying.
into his face. Yeah, I don't even. He would hammer a nail into his face. I'm gonna look it up.
Terrible. I used to go to the P.T. Barnum and Bailey Circus, which was changed to or combined with the Ringling Brothers, or they were the Ringling
Yes.
Brothers, or and then it became the greatest show on earth. It was like the title of it because they rebranded. I don't know. I went to that several times, and every time there were those people standing outside. There was like 20 of them, and they were like, they abused the elephants, which I believe, but I was like 6. I was like, what do you, what?
Yeah.
I was
It's
like, I
like,
just want
well,
popcorn, and I want to watch people in motorcycles almost nearly kill each other. That's all I
yeah,
want.
right. I wanted to look at like Gunther Gable. Go, the hell is his name? The guy who had the tigers. They're just like the tigers. So,
Oh yeah, the tigers are cool.
but yes, the Jim Rose Circus is actually still around. There's a website
Oh,
that. Now that being said, on the website are pictures of Jim Rose with David Bowie, Marilyn Manson, David Duchovny, and Bette Midler. So it's possible this has not been
take
updated
from
in a
that what you will.
while. Yeah, you know. Also, a picture with Roger Daltrey and Eddie Vedder and ZZ Top. So, and Chris Cornell. So it's clear this is not. At least 2 of those have left us now. So,
It's maybe like a historical page. Yeah, it's probably
and
like a
actually,
historical page on
it just
on.
it just struck me why I saw them because they opened for 9 Inch Nails. That's what it was. They opened for 9 Inch Nails on the downward spiral tour in like 2000. It was probably, I think it was 2001. But anyway, there you go, Jim
Nice.
Rose Circus. Yeah, maybe we can ask Jim
I'll be
Rose to
doing
be
some
on.
Googling.
Yeah,
There we go.
Jim, if you're out there,
All right, let's see.
we have spoons for you.
You're out. We have something to request of you for a program we just invented 10 seconds ago
Yeah,
that may or may not ever happen.
it'll be a good one though. So come, so call me, Jim. Give me a
Oh, yeah.
call. Love you.
what? What are we even doing?
I really have
Okay,
no
let's.
idea. All right, what's next?
So we've got make a silly story about how you got your name, which is especially interesting for us.
Yeah, a silly story. I don't
I
even
didn't
need
come
to
up with
make it up.
beforehand.
Oh, really?
Oh, do you have
Okay.
like the real stories? That works.
Oh, yeah. No. Oh, the real story is ridiculous. Yeah. Um, do you want me to go
Interesting.
first or?
Sure. I didn't think of anything beforehand. I intentionally was like, I want to be like, I don't want to have a advantage in this dare.
Sure. I'm trying to figure
Because
out how I can get myself
it's not
centered
like
on
we're getting
screen. I
points or
find
anything.
no, right. I know it's like
There we go.
whose line is it anyway, kind of thing. But so it turns out. So I'm going to see if I can tell the whole story with a spoon on my face. Apparently not. Um, So I had made a video game character in 2021, I think it was, and I wanted a little purple cat girl, and so I thought, well, purple's fun. I like amethysts. I'll call the purple cat girl Amethysta. And in no way, this was 2021. I didn't transition gender until 2022, right? So this was just like it was just like a lark. And that reminded me about exploring my gender. Like it reminded me how, because I used to have another character in a Final Fantasy game 20 years ago that was also a little cat girl that helped me sort of do some exploration around my gender. So anyway, moving on. Fast forward into 2022, and I had this big spiritual experience, and this very wise woman says to me, "Okay, you did great. Now you're ready to be Amethysta." And I said, "Oh yeah, I mean, like cool, thanks, but I was not at all going to use that name because no way." And she goes, "Oh no, you're Amethysta." And I went, "I'm telling you, I'm not using that name. It's like a ridiculous name. It's like a made up. It's like Bubbles LaFleur. I'm not using this name." And she looks me straight in the eye, and where's my camera? She looks me straight in the eye. She goes, "No, you are Amethysta." And I go, "Yeah, okay." Because I figured it's not like it makes it damn big. Like I'll just say it to her. It's false, but I'll say it to her because I was going to go by Rebecca, which was a name that I used 45 years ago at this point. So 40 years ago anyway. So in any event, it just started to work. It was the weirdest thing. At some point, I'm like, no, I guess I am Amethysta. It's true. So started off as a crummy video game character. I never intended to use this for anything else. I thought, it's a goofy little cat girl. And then it started to work. So I didn't have to make up a silly story because that's dopey enough as it is. Video game cat girl.
As it is.
It is.
Yeah, I'm really glad I didn't use any of my avatar names. I'm trying to think of. Well, no, actually, I kind of did. You're bringing like memories up that I forgot about.
Yes.
Like not bad ones, just like, oh wait, I actually did kind of name myself after one of my characters.
Okay. No, now I need to hear this actually, because
yeah,
my other big one was named Tiferet. So go lay it on.
So I was thinking, I'm like, oh yeah, the main game that there were two main games I played like as a kid, which were Webkins, and I played a lot of Roblox. Actually, was one of my favorites. And on Webkins, you can choose your own. I played other games, but you can't choose your own name. It's like randomly generated. For instance, like Club Penguin, I played a lot, but it had to be something penguin themed. So you would be like, Ice Rook 37 or something. Okay. I don't know. Like, so you could pick, but it was specifically things that you could pick. Same with like, I played Pixie Hollow or like Build-A-Bear, and it was kind of the same with all of those, I think. Okay. I remembered on Webkins, you could pick your own, and I called myself Gramkeeper because I really loved my grandmother. And I was like, I want to keep her, and that's my name. And I was like 9 or 8 or something. So like typical children things. And I still remember that username to this day. And so I was like, I'm really glad I didn't like rename myself Gramkeeper as a trans person.
I mean, I suppose, it would have a good story. Right?
It would. And then I was thinking about Roblox, and that one was when I was like, I used to show Cocker Spaniels and dog shows. I used to do like confirmation shows with my dogs. And so that became my entire personality for like a year and a half. It was right before I started marching band, and so I hadn't hit my marching band as my entire personality yet. So I was named on Roblox I Show Cocker Spaniels, which shortened is just not good at all. And, you know, people would shorten it because they were 12 and didn't know. And they'd be like, hey, I show, you know, whatever, can you help? And I was like, this admin, this is the funniest part of that. This admin in the largest, at one point, Christian group on Roblox, because they have these little groups.
Okay.
And I was like one of the top admins. I still am to this day, and I still know the other person. That's a whole other story, but I still know the person who started the group. We are very, you know, we still talk on Facebook, and they came to my wedding.
That's awesome.
Like, it's really weird friendship. So anyways, glad I didn't go with those names, but I was thinking I went to this place in Tennessee called Magic Quest for my, I want to say 15th or 16th birthday. And they let you choose your like quester name. Like it's like a real life video game. You get a wand, and when you point it at things around the like park, it like lights things up, or like sparks fly, or it turns screens on that give you clues, or oh my god, it was the most fun thing. I want to go back so bad as an adult.
It sounds great, yeah.
And experience it fully. And there's like 20 quests. There's like 20 quests, and you can buy like your own one and take it home and bring it back, so you use the same one every time. And it's like a progression of like a game every time you go. It's really fun. People dress up like Ren Fair style and go. There's like different places. The coolest thing was there was one power that you got in one of them where you like point it at a wall, and the whole like the floor shakes, and there's like lightning, so the whole room flashes. I was like, this is so freaking cool. So anyways, I chose the name Robin for that. That was a long backstory to get there. I chose the name Robin for that, and I hadn't even started exploring gender yet at that point. I was 16. I didn't really come out for like 2 years after that, and it was a very like short period of time between finding out and coming out. So that's really funny. I found that recently. I was like, my name was Robin when I went to Magic Quest. That's really weird. And also another thing that kind of it triggered a memory kind of when you were talking, weirdly enough, also a Christian experience. You know how like, well, I can't remember. Did you grow up religious?
A little bit, really only from about the age of 8 to the age of 13. So not really.
Okay. So like a couple of years. Okay. Well, whether you may know about it, you may not. I'll explain it for yourself or any viewers who may not know. It's a biblical thing here and there for people to be given names in the spirit. So like, you know, Jesus will give them new names. And when I was in college, I had already come out to a couple of friends as Robin, but nobody from the church knew that for very obvious reasons. And so I was there, and we were having a particularly like interesting, it was like a Wednesday night, and like 10 of us just happened to walk into the sanctuary like after everything had ended, and we were all from the college, and we all just kind of sat down together, and someone was like, we should just all pray for each other. One person was having a really rough time, so we prayed for her first. And then someone else was like, hey, can we pray for me? And then it just kind of slowly became like, all right, who's next? Like, and until everybody got their turn. And when they got to me, I was just like, I had already started packing for like leaving and like coming out and just kind of like cutting contact with everybody. But I wasn't going to say that. I was like, I'm just going through stuff. Can we just pray for like general, like just general emotional stuff? And at the time, there was this one person who shared my same name before I changed the name. And she turned to me and she's like, what is your name? And I was like, and she kept asking me, and nothing in my body would say that name, like the name that I was given. I was like, I can't say this name for whatever reason. And she just kept saying, everybody was like sitting there crying, and they were like, why can't you just say your name? What the hell? And she's like, say your name, say your name. And for some reason, I blurted it out. I said Robin. And so everyone, without knowing, everyone from the college started calling me Robin. So I kind of had like this little like, I don't really feel like this was like God giving me the name, but it was a little weird like how it happened, especially since I'd
Yes.
already been using that name. So I guess I don't really need to come up with a crazy story either. That is also kind
No.
of a weird your name story.
Yeah.
But I didn't even think about that until you said yours. I was like, wait a second, someone telling you that that is your name kind of reminded me of that.
Yeah.
Anyways,
It
very
and what
interesting stories.
yeah, I think it's great. There's always really good stories around them. Like because it's never like, well, I had an Aunt Judy and I really liked Aunt Judy. It's never like that. It's never like, well, there was somebody named Mary in a movie I liked. I liked Mary Poppins or something. No, you don't get that. It's always like, well, here's this huge elaborate, you know,
Here's this scheme.
yeah. And that's how I ended up with the name Lemon Fresh Pledge, which I did. But it is always a weird story that you end up being like, huh, okay. That's a good non-binary name, is that what you said?
Yes.
I actually,
like, we all know that one person named Sock.
Yes, right. Do you know though? I always
Sock.
thought something.
Are you friend Sock?
I thought like Pine Sol would be a good. Like Pine Sol's not a bad name. I don't know. For some reason, I always kind of appealed to me. Yeah, you just go, "What's your name?" Oh, Pine Sol. And they go, "Well." But I thought it'd be fun.
A brand deal. Like you could, people like name their kid Coca-Cola or something and they get free Coke for life. You should. Yeah. I wonder if Pine Sol would do that. If someone would like genuinely rename themselves, they're like, I will get it changed on my birth certificate as Pine Sol. What do you think they would?
I don't know. I'm not sure I'm willing to find out.
Life. Like,
yeah, see, that's the thing. It's like, yeah, I don't even really want to find out. Just well, the deal that I've got here is that I want to be able to get, free toilet bowl cleaner for life. So I'm gonna go through the pain of changing my name again. Social Security office, credit cards, bank statements, right? So it's like, guys, for like a clean toilet, I'm not sure it's worth it. It's a horrible pain.
People don't talk about that enough. Like how frustrating it is to change your name as a trans person, especially because at least in Georgia, I got lucky because I did it during COVID and the courts weren't open. But typically, you would have to appear before a court and say like why you're changing your name in court in Georgia. And I think it's that way in some other states. California, I know, doesn't care. They're like, you can change your name. We don't give a shit. You can change your gender marker like 6 times in California, and they don't care.
They just collect a ridiculous amount of money. Anything. There's like so. Yeah, it's
pretty much.
I mean, it's a little more. I mean, it is costly if nothing else. Is the thing because like Colorado, there's a law where they cannot ask. That's now. For the life of me, I can't. I wish my friend Shanora was here because she would tell us. But there's a law that says you cannot discriminate against somebody's preferred gender or name. So it's pretty. Like it took me 26 hours to change my name. No shit. I went in. I filed the paperwork. The clerk goes, okay, raise your right hand and say, do you solemnly swear you're amethysta? And I'm like, well, somebody else. I mean, yeah, I totally do. And she goes,
well, they say I am, so.
Right. I'm like, well, she goes, okay, congratulations. And I'm like, who, like me? And she goes, yeah, you're all done. And I'm like, do I have to talk to a judge? She's like, no, I'll put a stamp on it. And you can see, like, it's stamped by the clerk, like 11 or 12, like 11 a.m. or so. And it was stamped the next day, like 2 p.m. I'm like, it was like a 26-hour really? So, well, that's cool. It took longer to do the background check.
Wow. That's
So
crazy. In
come
Georgia,
to
so the
Colorado.
first step was you had to get it announced in the newspaper for
Oh
4
God,
weeks. You had to
yeah, they're still doing
pay
that.
to have it in the newspaper for 4 weeks. That like,
Mm-hmm.
hey, by the way, world, I'm trans. Everybody in my
Yeah,
county needs to know. You know, it needs
right.
to be in the classifieds. And their reasoning was like, you don't want to get like we're trying to make sure people don't do it for like tax evasion reasons or for like
Yeah,
fraudulent purposes, like trying to get out of
sure.
debt. I'm like, yeah, but like once you update it on everything, all of the credit unions get notified anyways as well. So like I don't know why that's a thing. You don't need to tell your county. Most likely all of the debts you owe are not specifically to your county or anyone in your county.
That's a good
So,
point.
anyways, I
Yeah.
thought that was bogus, but it cost like $200. It was ridiculous. And at the end, they're supposed to send you an affidavit that you did it, and they didn't. So I had to call like 3 weeks later. I was like, "Hey, I never got my signed affidavit," and they're like, "Oh, I didn't know you needed that." And I'm like, "Yeah, it's a name change. I feel like you probably do these every now and then, at least, and you probably know you need an affidavit." But anyways, so I finally got that in the mail. They had to mail it to me. I couldn't just go pick it up. So it took like
No, of
another
course
two
not.
weeks. And then I
Yeah.
took that affidavit to the courthouse, which I lived thankfully close by to. And they're like, all right, that'll be like $300 or whatever it was to like, fill out our paperwork with your affidavit. And we need your birth certificate on file and we need your 3 forms of ID and 2 bills from your home to show that your address is correct or something. I was like, I don't know why you need my address to change my name. So it was like all of these identification documents. And then, they signed everything. I had like one question and they're like, I'm not allowed to help you fill out paperwork. I'm like, I'm not asking you to help me fill it out. I'm just asking a clarifying question about the question on the paperwork. And they're like, I can't give you need to talk to a tax or not a tax professional, but like a lawyer or something. I'm like, I'm not
Oh
going to
my
a lawyer
God.
for this. So I Googled it.
Yeah.
And then yeah, so they signed that, and then they were like, the courts will let you know in like 2 months if you need to make an appearance. And I was like, 2 months is a long period of time.
Yeah.
And then COVID happened, and then they're like, courts are closed. We might make you appear for a Zoom. And then they just, without further warning, I just got a letter in the mail that was like, we've approved your name change. Go to the courthouse to get like your final approval. And I
Yeah.
was like,
Sure.
oh, that okay.
Sure.
Fine. But yeah, I am so glad the process is so much easier for people in Colorado,
Yeah.
suffice to say, because that was a nightmare.
Oh, I
And that wasn't
bet.
even the bank statements, social, anything like that you were talking about before. Like
Right. Right.
that doesn't include any of that.
Yeah. It was. Colorado, they try hard not to make you have to, you know, expose yourself too much for something that should not be anybody else's decision. For what it's worth, though, when I told my mother, because my mother was using my old name, I mean, and has a few other times, and I'm like, listen, this is my name. And at some point she said, yeah, but I didn't give you that name. And I'm like, what? Who the hell cares? I'm like, that's not the point. Like you don't own me. I'm not like a pet.
Yeah.
Not like your cat that you go, yeah, I'm gonna
Yeah.
continue to call you like Waffles or something or Marshmallow because I just feel like it.
Yeah.
Doesn't work that way.
This is a little different. This is a human being with like consciousness and things.
Yeah.
Also, she didn't give you purple hair. Is she like trying to talk to other people as her like brown haired or whatever color hair your hair was before? Like, this is
It's
my
blonde.
brown haired child. And then the person's like, yeah,
Right.
they don't have brown hair.
No,
I
it's
don't know.
yeah. I don't
Really
know.
weird.
I don't know. It's an interesting relationship there, but I just so you know, so there's going to be at least one person who will cue in on this. So I am blonde. So I'm a California blonde from the Valley in the 1980s. So like all of a sudden, so much comes clear. Robin's like, oh yeah, wow, you
Mm.
totally are. You full on are totally radical, babe. So
I came from Cobb County in Georgia, raised as a homeschooled Christian, and now I'm this. So I really just said no thank you to just about everything.
That's a good point, and thank
As
you
I
for
should.
correcting me. Yeah, that was not at all. It's a good point. Where you come from is not who you are. Good. Thank you. That was a good correction. Do we have another dare? Is it
Cool. So that was yeah, we have I was like, we kind of been on this one for a minute. Um that's how we got our names, everybody. All right,
the
so
end?
another one. Two truths and a lie. I gotta think about mine for a second, but two truths and a lie. So it's like a very short game of like think
Oh,
of two things that are true about yourself and one lie, and we gotta figure out which is the other person's lie.
oh, okay.
I
Oh, I
usually
gotta
have
think
like a
about that.
list. I really like this game actually.
All right, I gotta think about that.
Oh, I've got a really good one. Oh my god. I usually use the one about being deported from Istanbul, but I've already told story here, so I can't use that one. So if you want to
Um,
know a little bit more about that story, you gotta watch
right.
other episodes
Apparently,
of this.
I don't even know two truths
Another
about myself. Like
callback.
I'm like, what the? I don't even know.
Like,
There's got to be something funny that I can come up with. Anything? I'm trying to make stuff up. What's upstairs? What do I have? Okay, I came up with one. 1 and 3.
one. I'm still thinking
Um,
of a couple, so you've
okay.
got time. If anybody is watching and they would like to throw in some of their own, I would like to guess your two truths and a lie in the comments.
Oh my gosh, yes.
That'll be fun. Now audience participation has kicked in. What are your things that you want us to
Right.
guess about you? I'm excited to see if anybody actually comments. Caden, if you're watching, what are some truths and a lie about?
Right. What's funny, almost Morgan is right now watching a different video. She's sending me messages right now saying, hey, I'm watching you do this one video. And I'm sort of like, huh. It's a little, I usually turn off notifications when I come into videos, but I forgot. And so there you go. See, you want me to tell you, one of my facts? Do you want to hear a fact?
Sure.
Okay. All right, here comes a fact.
Oh wait.
Well,
So it's a potential lie or a potential truth.
it's a statement. Yeah, here's
One or
one
the
of my
other.
statements.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So here's my
Okay.
Yeah, so here's my statement. I completed the original Halo Combat Evolved on Legendary. Okay, so I can throw out. Well, it's 4, but I can throw out some other ones. The other one I was going to have was I dyed my hair. I dyed my hair black for it was about 19 years, and then my last one is I have read every single nonfiction book by Ayn Rand. You look so stoic. I ended up losing it.
I'm trying to think what sounds most believable. And what sounds least believable, I guess, is the right term for it. Okay, so say them again.
All right, so let me see. I dyed my hair black for almost 20 years. What did I say? I've read every nonfiction book by Ayn Rand by the time I was 19. Let me throw that out. I read every nonfiction book by Ayn Rand by the time I was 19, and I finished Halo on Legendary.
I'm going to say black hair for 19 years. I feel like I can't imagine you. Well, okay, wait. So I can't imagine you without purple hair because that's how I met you. But also, I do remember that you haven't been transitioned for super long period of time. So it could have been black for a long period before, because I feel like, your story feels like you wouldn't have had purple hair.
It's very long. My story's 54 years long, right? So there's a lot of time in there.
So maybe the Halo thing also feels right. Ooh, this is hard. This is actually harder than I thought it would be.
I know. I came up with ones that sound plausible. That's like, well, sure. I don't know. Hair dye seems like you like it, so.
My tactic is always to go like extremely outlandish and see which least outlandish thing they pick as the least outlandish. And then the other was read every book by 19. That one was so specific. That one was like really specific. So I feel like it's like really, I feel like all of these are either like really close, like maybe you dyed your hair for 18 years or something, or you read almost every book by 19, or it was like by age 20 or something.
No, I'm not doing it like that. That's cheesy. That's cheesy.
Okay. Cheesy and cheaty.
Cheaty.
You are an avid reader. I'm gonna go with the Halo one. I think maybe.
I gotta tell you, I'm stunned. But yeah, that's the lie.
Really?
Yes. I got one of the original Xboxes, like when it came out, in 2001 or something like that. And yeah, something like that. I don't even know when it came out. But in 2001, in September, some weenies like flew planes into buildings. And the tech sector, because I was a software consultant, and the tech sector took a very big hit. So I was sitting at home. I had no money, but I did happen to have, I think the game Halo came with the Xbox. So I had nothing to do because I plugged it in and I was like, oh, an Xbox. And I was like, I don't really know what to do with this. And I picked up Halo and I'm like, this is really complicated. I'm not even sure what the hell it is. But I had nothing else to do. So I played the bejesus out of Halo. I probably have 100 hours in the single player, but I never was able to finish Legendary. The other two are totally true. Yeah, I dyed my hair. I was gothic for like 20 years of my life. And I was a huge fan of Ayn Rand in my early years. True confessions.
Oh, I'm actually really surprised I got it right, because I said Halo and I was like, it's gonna be the hair dyeing one. I somewhere in my mind I was like, I feel like it's gonna be the hair dyeing.
See, I was hoping you were gonna go, no fucking way you liked Atlas Shrugged. I mean, come on, really? No fucking way. I thought you were just gonna go, that's too stupid to be true. And well, no.
Well, having read every book by one person doesn't mean you liked all of them.
No, true.
I was perhaps you really hated all of them, even, but you wanted to keep reading them just for the meme or something. I don't
punishment. Know. Yeah, so I was a glutton for no, but for what it's worth, if you look at, it's interesting to note, if you look at the work that I do today, there are still like vestiges of some of the things that I would think when I was like 20 years old. There are still some parts in there. It's really interesting to think. I'll write an article and I'll read it back and I'll be like, huh, that sounds vaguely objectivist. Should I publish this? Maybe not. But, and then I do. And people go, wow, you're such an independent thinker.
Right,
and it's like, yeah. All right, let me hear them.
Sure. That's what I'm thinking when I'm like writing my thesis right now. I'm almost through with it. I have to turn it in next week. And
Ooh.
I'm writing it. I'm like, I actually was forced to do because I took the wrong classes at the same time, apparently. I have to do two theses. One
Oh,
is my actual,
geez.
like, that is just like the second half of a semester of another class in a subject that I only took because I absolutely had to. It was the only class available to complete my degree. And I'm not, I don't care too much about the Renaissance. I know, shoot me, an art history major doesn't care about the Renaissance, gasp. I don't. Like, there are parts of it I've found to enjoy, but yeah. So, anyways, I'm doing two theses right now. That's how I'm feeling about that one in that class. I'm like, is this original? I don't know. Is this a thought that I had, or is it just pulling it directly out of my asshole and putting it onto a paper?
It's close enough. I mean, whatever. All
Is
right.
it
So,
believable? I don't even know. It's just a theory that I have.
and believable is all you're looking for, right? You just need people to read and go, yeah, that's plausible. Fuck, what the hell? Give them a degree.
Like,
Get 'em out of
if you
here.
don't know anything about the Renaissance, then that could happen.
Yes,
Pretty much.
right. Who knows? I wasn't there.
Yeah.
So,
Right. I wasn't there. It could be the thing.
well,
It could be influenced by that. Sure.
sure. People were painting with
So
monkey
okay, so
butts.
I've got my two
Okay.
truths and a lie.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. That was their paintbrush. 100%.
I was I was waiting to see if that made it through, but all right. Two truths and a lie. Sorry, folks. No monkey butts here. Sorry, no monkey butts. So
Monkey butts. Okay. Some of these are all kind of ridiculous. Okay. My dad is a cyborg. I participated in the Westminster Dog Show. We just talked about dog shows, so I figured I might throw this potential fact in there.
yeah.
Um, and I married into Ted Bundy's family.
I think the only one that sounds like vaguely
So there's my
not plausible. Yeah. I think it's actually marrying into Ted Bundy's family. I think that's the other two are absolutely plausible. Your father's in a psych ward. You did show it at a high dog show. But if you were going to have anybody, I'm trying to think of who would be in the South. What serial killers in the South? And I can't remember where Ted Bundy's from. I thought Ted Bundy was from New York area, right?
yeah, I think so. I actually don't know. I don't know that much about
Yeah.
Ted Bundy.
Sorry, Ted, but
I know some things, but not that.
so what's
Okay, is that your final
the
answer?
Yeah, that's my answer. Yeah.
So I actually did not participate in the Westminster Dog Show. I was invited to Yukonuba, which is like second tier dog show, but I didn't actually go. But Ted Bundy is my husband's uncle. So I did technically marry into Ted Bundy's family. Really fun
Wait,
thing to know.
like
So
another
his mom is
dude.
from Vermont, and so no, the actual Ted Bundy.
Okay, I trust you.
Yeah, it's a
Shit.
fun fact. His mom still gets, well, we lived with his mom for a while, and we would get mail addressed to the Bundy family because she still has that last name. And
Yeah.
so, it's a fun fact. Another fun fact, I found out about that on our very first date. He told me that on our first date, and I didn't know anything about Ted Bundy. So I was like, oh, who's that? Is he like a country singer or something? And he had to explain to me on our first date that he had just admitted to having a serial killer, a very famous serial killer, as
Yeah.
a part of his not too distant family.
Yeah. No,
Um,
not too not too distant.
Fun facts with Robin. So yeah, it was his
Yeah.
grandmother's brother, I think. Great uncle. So
It says
grandmother's brother, I think that means.
Oh, great uncle. Okay, because I was going to say, it looks like he died in 1989. Well, I think we know how.
Yeah,
Anyway,
yeah, great
he
uncle.
confessed to 30 murders, but the true victim total is unknown. I'm getting this from Wikipedia. Usually, if you find it on the internet, it's true. So I'm going to assume this is all true.
Oh yeah, always.
Uh,
Everything on the
anyway,
internet is true.
oof, pretty much. Oh my God, yes. I once saw something about the Earth is still flat, and I had no idea. Son of a bitch! I thought I'd seen, but I guess it was just a conspiracy theory that we went to the moon. So who knew?
Oh yeah, obviously.
Soundstage. Yeah.
And then the dad cyborg thing, he is a self-proclaimed cyborg because he has a computer chip in his brain. He has a
Oh,
cochlear implant that helps him hear.
cyborg. I thought you said he was in a psych ward.
Oh, I could see that too. He is a cyborg.
Right? See, I thought that
I
I
don't
was
know.
like,
Would
oh
you
yeah,
have
no, that
guessed
was.
that one then if you guys said that?
If you had said cyborg, no, no, would have been the same. I would have been
You're
like,
like,
ah,
that's so believable.
yeah, but he's in Georgia. Maybe he's like he puts the seatbelt on the tractor and goes, "Ah, look, I'm a cyborg now." I don't know. I mean, there's some odd
There's
people
some
out
weirdos in
there.
Georgia.
So, I mean, a couple.
Yeah, no, he's got a computer chip in his brain, so he has a bionic ear, technically making him a cyborg, which I find very
That's
interesting. And
yeah, kind of cool actually.
yeah, I mean, I don't like the guy very much, but it's a fun fact about him, I guess.
Yeah,
For
yeah.
someone who has a very complicated and weird relationship with family, I did two family two truths here.
It's a good point.
Very interesting.
Yeah,
But anyways, yeah, I did not participate in Westminster, and now you know some very weird things about me.
that was a crap lie.
Well,
I'm
and so
so.
does the rest of you.
Of course, I give you a crap lie too. Like, there's these. You're like, well, I don't know. Did you finish it on easy? It's close enough. Legendary, easy. Who the hell cares? The thing though is, I don't even know why this was, but I know that on like Xbox forums there were people who are like, yeah, but I finished Halo on Legendary, and people go, oh, okay,
Whoa. Oh.
right, and I'm like, but it's like a vid. Who the hell cares?
Well, you got a
Who
big truck,
cares?
don't you?
Right,
What does that
it's
get
like the
you?
same kind of thing where it's like, look, I put the seatbelt on and now I'm a cyborg with a tractor underneath. You go, okay, good on you, man.
If someone was like, "Well, I finished this on Legendary," I'd be like, "Cool story, bro. Glad you
Right.
peaked in high school." Like,
And that's what it is too,
no.
That's what it is. But just super fat. Oh, look, we're almost out of time. That's a shame. Um, just kidding. You said something about trucks. You said something. Oh, you've got a big truck. I always love when somebody goes down the road and they have to, they always hit the gas really hard. So there's a big, huge plume of black, what is, they go driving by.
Oh my God.
I always love to go, yeah, because I drive a Prius. They generally love to do it right next to me too. So I'm like, thanks. Yeah, you really. I go, oh my gosh, that guy has a very small muffler. Did you see how old or how loud that was? I mean, that was a very loud truck. Must have a very, very small muffler. You thought I was going to say something else, didn't you?
My favorite is always. My favorite is always, Teslas drive by or like cut your lane. And my favorite thing to say is, "Oh wow, they're so rich they can afford a Tesla. Too bad they couldn't afford a blinker."
Right. I had a friend like
Wow,
a long
that's
time
Rogan.
ago said something. Right? No, of course it isn't. Yes. Shame you paid so much for your car that the blinker doesn't work. Yeah, that was what he would say. So
Exactly. Wow, you don't get taillights with a Tesla. Fascinating.
that's
Who
another
knew?
10 grand.
Oh, look, you're
Yeah.
braking. Oh, they're working now. Amazing.
Who would have thought?
You should use your blinker then, because it obviously works.
Well, the thing is, what happens if they run into you? They've got the money for a goddamn Tesla. They're going to sue you. So.
Yep. And then I'm screwed, and out of $6,000 or $600,000.
Right. Right. Yeah. So don't steer clear of the Teslas.
Yeah, really hard to do in California. Really, really hard to do in California. They're everywhere.
True.
They're
True. Just like
everywhere. I've seen
Priuses,
like
by the way.
oh, I've seen like 6 Cybertrucks this month. I'm like, is this the same one that I keep seeing, or do 6 people in my area actually have Cybertrucks?
Do those look like DeLoreans? Is that because I saw something yesterday? I was like, what the flying hell is that? But it had like wood sticking out the back, and I'm going, it looks like some urban assault vehicle made by DeLorean. What the hell is this? Is that what those look like? I'm just gonna look it up. You know what? I'll look it up.
Yeah,
I'll
look
save
it up.
that.
They look like,
Oh my god, that's it.
yeah, it's like a crushed tin can almost.
That is the
Without any branding on
dopiest.
it.
Right. It's an
That is
urban
one of the
assault
most expensive.
DeLorean. Really?
It's like extremely expensive, and also it has no safety features.
It does
They're
0 to
actually
60 in
doing
2 points. 0 to 60 seconds in 2 points. 0 to 60 miles per hour in 2.6 seconds. Who the hell cares?
Right? Like,
'Cause
do you
it's
really need to get on the interstate already going 60?
No. Oh, I was right though. It's stainless steel, so it's like a DeLorean. Huh. Anyway,
Okay.
it can
The only thing I know about
tow the
DeLoreans comes
equivalent of
from
an
Back to the Future.
yeah, right. Well, I know. And when we saw this, I was saying to my wife, I was like, well, at least, that's a high torque motor, right? So at least you'll be able to accelerate to 88 miles per hour much more quickly. So,
There
and
you
my
go.
wife goes, yeah, I mean, I guess, I don't know what the 0 to 60 is. And I go, no, because 88 miles per hour is when the flux capacitor turns on. And she goes,
That's what
yes.
you.
Oh, come on. And she turns to me and she's
It's
like,
like,
really? What the hell is this? And I'm like, did you ever see Back to the Future? And she goes, no, I didn't. I'm like, okay.
ah.
Sorry.
Even I've seen those, and I haven't seen anything. Dalton introduced me to Flubber. Okay, like I haven't seen shit.
Wait, which one? The Eddie Murphy one or the one with
Robin Williams.
Wait, oh, was it Robin Williams? I'm sorry. No, I was thinking of the one with what was his name?
Is there a new one?
Lewis and
Is
Martin.
there an
Jerry
update?
Martin. No. There's an old one with Jerry
older
Lewis.
one. Oh,
Yeah, with Jerry Lewis.
interesting.
That one's great.
But I
Actually,
saw the Robin Williams.
okay.
one.
I have
didn't know
not.
there were other ones. I
That one I did.
really fell in love with Robin Williams via Dead Poet Society.
Oh, of course.
One of my best movies ever that I've ever seen.
Yes.
I love it. It's
I
so wholesome
agree
and
with
also
you.
so devastating. Oh,
Yes. Yeah, no, it was a
and
good
Night
one.
at the Museum, of course. He's good in that. I mean, everyone's good in that movie, honestly. But
Wait, say it again, because I'm nodding and I didn't even hear it. So
Night at the Museum.
is it? I don't know.
Everyone's good at Night at the Museum. It's a good movie or a good series even.
I'm looking, and this is. Wait, isn't this
With Ben Stiller?
This is not the one I thought of. Yeah, I see. Ben Stiller has the tendency to irritate the bejesus out of me pretty quickly.
Oh yeah, same.
All right.
I don't really love Ben Stiller, but in that movie, he's actually pretty good.
That's good.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're at time.
We totally
We've
are.
gone way off track.
No.
We're out of time now. See you next week. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Adios. Yeah, we'll see you next week. Send in your dares. Give us give us time to get props and whatever else we need, and we will do this again next week, and continue to make fools out of ourselves and do silly things online for whatever. Yeah. Oh, do we want to end it with spoon on the nose or something?
Sure,
See if
why
I
not?
can put it on there while I end the stream. Of course, it's not hanging at all. I do like your method of like kind of holding it there for a second to kind of find the balance. It's not working for me, but it's a good method regardless.
Yeah, I had to
All right. Oh.
move my head down a little bit. But now it's actually, I think it's stuck and not balanced.
All right. Goodbye, everybody.
I wonder how long. Oh,
Goodbye,
well,
everybody.
apparently not that